Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at some more 45 Colt that I loaded, what I'm calling the 45 Colt Magnum. Now before we get into this, I'm going to go ahead and say up front, everything that is being shown today, the loadings, is to only be used in a rifle or a Ruger Black Hawk, nothing else. These will blow up a Colt Single Action Army or Uberti or any of those clones. So I want to get that out front. So if you're going to load this stuff, make sure you're shooting it in a Ruger Black Hawk large frame or in a rifle. Today I'm going to be using my 1894 Marlin. So what I have is I had some XTP bullets left over that I had bought recently from Brownells, and I had about 7 of them left. And then what I done, I figured I'd load them over some H110 and we would see about some 45 Colt Magnum. So let's jump off into that, and I'm going to show you the cartridges, and then we'll do some shoot. So here's what we have. This is a 250 grain Hornady XTP. It's loaded in Starline brass with a Federal 155 Magnum primer. And according to my lead loading manual, I used 26.5 grains of H110. Now, like I said in the intro, this is a Ruger only load, or shooting in a rifle. Do not shoot these in anything other than that, because it will blow up the Single Action Army and clones thereof. So I'll get these loaded up. I've only got 7 of them, so I'm going to shoot 4 out of the rifle, and I'm going to shoot 3 out of the Ruger through the chronograph, and we'll see what kind of numbers they get, and we'll compare them. So let me get them loaded up and we'll get to shooting. All right, I've got 4 loaded up in the Marlin 1894 CB. I've got this rifle sighted in at 50 yards, but I've got my target set up at 25, so we'll shoot them, see how high they are and all that. But my main point of this video is to shoot them out of a rifle and then have a handgun through the chronograph and see what they clock. All right, we get set up for the Ruger. We'll shoot it next, and then we'll look at the targets after I'm done. All right, I've got the last 3 of them loaded up in my Ruger Black Hawk. Let's see what they clock. Woo! And pack a punch. All right, we'll go down here and get the targets, and we'll look at the chronograph numbers and look at sort of how they grouped. All right, first up is the Marlin 1894. Got 4 shots right there within an inch. These squares are 1 inch, so that's pretty well within an inch. And I had these sighted to some other 260 grain jacketed hollow points at 50 yards. So for some reason at 25 they shot low, but they grouped good and they got pretty decent numbers. Look at the chrono here. We averaged 1,716 feet per second. Had an extreme spread of 24, standard deviation of 10. So I feel like that's a good load for the rifle, and that's probably going to be a fantastic deer load for that rifle in particular. Now, the lead loading manual, and I don't know what barrel length they're using, states that 26.5 grains H110 and a Ruger only should generate 1,450 feet per second. Now we didn't quite get that. The accuracy was a little more spread out, and granted that could be me because I wasn't expecting as much pop as it had. I feel like if I had some more to load up, I may can get that group tighter, but according to this, it averaged right at 1,150 feet per second. Had an extreme spread of 92 and a standard deviation of 37. So the numbers ain't quite there out of a 5.5 inch barrel Ruger, and the accuracy could be it, could be me. I don't know that the pistol likes it, but I will say it seems like the 1894 likes that load. So there may be some more load development in the future on this and the 1894. As a trial, I loaded up 3 of my 260 grain roughly cast semi wad cutters over 21 grains H110. We'll see what they do and hopefully don't have a squeal. And here's the results from the hard cast with 21 grains, about 2 inches of accuracy. Let's see the numbers here. I mean, we averaged 973 feet per second, string spread of 45, standard deviation of 20. I get better numbers and speeds using unique with hard cast, so 21 grains with those speeds and numbers and accuracy, I'm going to abandon that idea of the hard cast and use an H110. Well, there you have it, 45 Colt Magnum. I feel like it done exceptionally well out of the 20 inch Marlin 1894. Out of my 5.5 inch Ruger, I feel like I'll get better results with 2400 than I will with H110. It just, the accuracy didn't seem like it was there, and the numbers wouldn't quite. I mean, I can get those same numbers with 2400, and it's a lot more milder recoil and a lot more pleasant to shoot, I feel like. So that's today's experiment on that. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I'd ask you to like and subscribe to me. Go check me out on Instagram. I'm under the same handle, J_C_hunt. I'm all the time posting behind the scenes stuff there. Remember, if you shop over at Brownells, I have a discount code that y'all can use, BOP10. It saves you 10% off most things over $150. And I always like to try to save y'all some money when I can. As always, I appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you around next time. Thank you.